Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett, and my hands is Dune Book 2, Muad'Dib? I don't know. I'm probably going to mispronounce a whole bunch of stuff on this. So Abrams Comicarts has been putting out graphic novel adaptations of Dune. The third book will be out this coming week. The Prophet comes out this coming week, and they hooked us up with all 3 volumes, well, for us to review. So this is adapted by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson, illustrated by Raúl, Allén, and Patricia Martin, with Jesús Pastrana. Alright, as I said in the first video, I have never read Dune. I've seen the films. Generally, I think it's boring as shit. While I appreciate the story, I understand why people like it. To me, it's slow, it's plotting, and it's a story I've seen about 3 billion times. Not saying that Dune copied anything, but, there's a lot of stuff that has come out since that is very similar, or has a lot of similar plot threads. But let's face it, Dune is space Jesus, so there's not really much more complicated parts to it. This is an interesting one. Like, I did review the first book and thought it was just kind of boring. Like, I appreciated it. There's a lot of stuff I liked. It just felt like it just dragged and took forever. This picks up things. It's, I think, a lot better. I actually have enjoyed the second book way more than the first. And I'm going to go out on a limb, probably say I'm going to enjoy the third one more than the second or first, based just gut feeling on that. So this is Paul and his mother are in the desert. They're wandering around, trying to find allies. Was it Harkonnens, whatever. The bad guys have taken over and just kind of like ravaged everything, destroyed House Atreides, and are trying to figure out basically is Paul dead. There's of course things with like the Emperor is part of this, and a lot of other subplots of who's on whose side and all that fun stuff. It's just a lot better. Like there's much more action. I think the pacing to me is better. We get to see. I think the plots are. What's shown is much more interesting. You've got kind of some exciting moments with Paul and his mother in the desert, having to deal with the worms, with Paul being challenged. We get to see the Fremen and their the stuff they do, their like ways of the world, and then you got the Harkonnens or whatever they are. They're taking over, and of course they're plotting. It just, to me, it's way better pacing. Like it's more, the action is generally done with the fighting. But even book 1 didn't, at least the graphic novel didn't show tons of like fighting and all that. Like it kind of glossed over it, but nothing major when it came to the fighting. But this one is got a little bit of everything. I like it. I actually enjoy it a lot better. I mean, I'm kind of surprised. I went into the first one with a sigh, being like, I know I'm not going to like this. Like, I tried reading the books. I can't do it. Got through the first one, and, it was a bit better than I thought it would be, but it still wasn't my favorite. The book 2, though, it's kind of getting good. I think the art is solid. Like, I really do like the art of this. I think the designs are cool. The coloring is really interesting. Lots of reds, lots of blues, lots of oranges. Like, every setting seems to have, like, a really good color sense. I do like a lot of the action that does happen. There are some pretty cool moments, some kind of tragic moments. And I think that's maybe the only negative is, like, I haven't connected with any characters I'm, like, rooting for. Like, Paul, I think he's better than I've seen in the most recent Dune film. The most recent Dune film, I wanted to, like, smack him every time. It just comes off as unlikable. Here he's kind of unlikable, like, kind of gets a little bit better over time. I think the film's just, I don't know what it is, but I want to punch him in the face. And here, like, I think the relationship between Paul and the young woman, was it Sienna or whatever her name is, it still feels like forced, but like you can kind of maybe understand it a little bit better. I like some of the more like focus on the traditions of the Fremen and what Paul winning his fight actually means, and I think there's a little bit more of like this trust thing going on between the survivors of House Atreides and the people of the planet. So in that way, I think it's much better. Like I like the more details in some ways. Like I feel like the film's kind of maybe glossed over some stuff and rushed through some interesting aspects, or maybe just didn't quite come across as like, yeah, we don't really trust you, or hey, you got to follow our rules and our traditions and all that. I don't think it quite comes off quite as well, but overall, like to me, I like the second book a little bit more. I'm actually looking forward to reading the third book now, so that's something. You can go get this. It's out now in shops. It's been out for a bit. You can go get it. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code. Tell the shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage. By doing that, you help support our site. So thank you for that. And speaking of support, I want to thank Abrams Comicarts for our review copies. Of course, thank you all for watching. If you're into comics, graphic novels, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.